Hello everybody, Cacti and Carnivores here, and today I'm here with another plant log. This is going to be the third plant log, and like last time, before we get into anything, I just want to get into some stuff. Um, so because of the fact that like the plants kind of take time to grow, and there's not really much going on that's really interesting after a week of things happening. So like the week before, they were pretty much doing about the same, and so I believe I'll have to make, in order to keep the plant logs interesting, I'll have to create I'll have to make a plant log only like once every 2 or 3 weeks, just so the videos don't get boring. And that's pretty much it. So let's, I guess, start with the Christmas cacti. Doing pretty well. Like I said before, they need to be repotted because I believe that has something to do with them not putting out as much growth. This one, though, it's going to be cool to see this one like grow out in a couple of years. It's probably going to get as big as like one of these shoots, one of these individual plants, like as big as like one of those back there. There's more than one plant in here, by the way. So yeah, this one's putting out a lot of new growth, really healthy, and it has red flowers, and those are going to be cool to see when the winter comes. Nepenthes, I'm glad to say, still doing pretty good. It's going to be nice to see this plant, like this one, get really big, because Nepenthes, they get up to pretty, they can become pretty big plants when grown in the right conditions. This is a pretty small one, and eventually, if I grow it well enough, it might start vining up over the windowsill, but I might have to cut it back at that point. So far, nothing too bad. Got some developing pictures, some bigger leaves. This one just came out, not completely, but just well enough. And you can see it's a lot bigger than the rest of the plant, so it's going to be nice to see future growth come in. And yeah, it's doing pretty well, and I think I can finally take the bag off of it. It's adjusted pretty well to the humidity. All I do now is just take a spray bottle, and I'll mist it right now. I just go up, mist it a few times to get it going, and then just like a mist or two, and that keeps the plant pretty well. They do come from jungle environments, like kind of places out in like Borneo, Philippines, all that. So like they do come from places from high humidity, and although beginning species can do well in like lower humidity, I just like to give them a couple mists just in case. So the Nepenthes is doing pretty well, but I can't really. Well, I'll just say it. So my seedlings and my plant cuttings have gotten kind of, I think they've gotten overheated. So basically what happened was I came over, and just out of curiosity, I put it up and took a little check of their temperature, and you can see they're pretty hot. This one was up to like 99 degrees, and this one was almost up to 100, just like this one. And I was freaking out. I didn't want the seeds to all get baked, not in the drug way. And same with this one. So I took off the saran wrap, and I've tried keeping them, tried cooling them down a bit. I've turned on fans, but turned them off for the sake of this video, just so the audio isn't annoying. And hopefully they haven't like baked or cooked up yet. It's kind of hard to tell for the seedlings, because they like the seeds, because they're just really tiny and you can't really see much. And for the Venus flytrap cutting, or the flower stalk cutting, nothing too bad, so that's good, hopefully. Venus flytraps can be pretty hardy, but I don't think Drosera spatulata will be able to handle 100-degree temperatures, especially as seeds that haven't even been born yet. So I've taken out the saran wrap, and just hopefully they'll be cooling down. I think it's been a pretty warm day today, so that might be because of it. The sun's been pretty harsh. It is just, yeah, it is really warm. So hopefully they'll recover well, assuming they've been damaged significantly. So that's pretty much it. So let's go over to the sphagnum moss. Alright, so sorry about the background audio. The fan's on again because of the fact that it's been such a hot day. So you can see that the sphagnum moss has been growing quite a bit. You can see new shoots coming out. However, they have been getting a little spindly, so I am planning on giving them a artificial light, like LED, which will be perfect for them because LED lights produce a lot of light and little heat, and I've heard sphagnum moss likes cooler temperatures, so if I were to use like fluorescent or something like that, it might cook them a bit too much. Not that they like to be cooked at all, but yeah, like a LED light would be good for them. So that's the sphagnum moss. So we're outside right now. It's cooled off a little bit. The sun's gone over under the fence, not under the fence, but the sunlight is hitting the fence on that side, so there's some shade here, so it's gonna be cooler. And let's just get the what is this, like, yeah, insect killer. Let's get that out of the way. So let's start with the cacti down here. So you can see the growth is doing well. Nothing too bad. Like, everyone's pretty good so far. I'm pretty sure they can tolerate some pretty warm temperatures. They are desert cacti after all, so they could probably handle, in fact, I'm pretty sure they do handle Arizona weather and stuff like that. I think like saguaro cacti grow up in there, but the cuttings, however, I put them out a bit too early. I'll just pick that one up. I put them out too early. I probably should let them grow a bit, and they got kind of shocked. And I think this one has recovered, but this one has shriveled up and died. I pulled it out of the soil, and just to let that one grow, and hopefully this one will resume growth like it was supposed to, and just grow up to be a healthy plant. I don't know, I guess I can just throw that one over there. So Venus flytrap, finally decided to move it outside, like I said before. Hasn't seemed to be affected too much. Traps are slightly bigger, I guess. Not really, but nothing too bad. The soil got pretty dry, but I managed to get it moist again before it could really hurt the plant. Hopefully by next winter, or yeah, by the end of the following winter, I'll be able to separate these guys and pay attention to their individual the individual plants a bit more, because I kind of like doing that. And the Venus flytraps, the other ones over here, and the Sarracenia, the Scarlet Bell, they've been doing pretty well. Like I said before, last vlog, they're putting out new growth points. I was surprised that they just multiplied like they did. They looked pretty sick for Venus flytrap. I think it's the heat, like I said before. I don't think they should be in like 110 degree weather. It's not exactly like 110 degrees, but outside in like sun, the leaves get a lot hotter than the surrounding temperature, so they get stressed, or at least these ones do. These might be plants that prefer cooler temperatures, so but they've seemed to recover. None of the traps are really open. I'm not sure if that's because of insects or because of just the way they grow, I don't know, but they seem to be doing well. Sarracenia, so far so good. Some of the new growth isn't as colorful as the older growth. Is that like a... it's just, I guess, a little dent in their leaves. But like you can see with a new picture right here, you can see this new picture hasn't gotten as much of a burgundy color as these guys over here. Sorry, but they seem to be doing pretty good. The sundew down here, this one, seems to be doing really well. None of the leaves have lost their dew, and they've caught a lot of things. Almost every leaf has caught at least one gnat or some other insect, and I'm glad that that one's thriving. The banana, I'm afraid, might like perish under all of this growth. I can't see any new leaves coming out, and the old ones are kind of screwed up. It's hard to get a good angle, but that's pretty much those. And so everything seems to be doing well with these plants. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm planning on making a plant log at least once every 2 weeks, or at the very most once every 2 weeks, just so that there's more stuff to talk about and I'm not just reciting what I said last video. So that's pretty much it, and goodbye.